Hi, welcome. My name is Janice Ware with Your Yoga with Janice, and I'm going to share an introduction to chair yoga with you today. For those of you that maybe are curious about chair yoga and what it's all about, here we go. So we know that yoga has so many benefits, and the beautiful thing about chair yoga is you can have all the same benefits from mat yoga. You will gain better flexibility, mobility, strength, balance. Yes, you can practice in a chair and improve your balance. It helps to support your circulation and your digestion. Definitely helps your posture. And breathing with movement really helps to calm the mind. It can help focus and lessen stress. So with all of those benefits in mind, let's go ahead and get started and see what chair yoga is all about. So all of the postures and practices in chair yoga begin with Tadasana, or sitting mountain. So let's begin there. Scoot a little bit forward from the back of your chair and just check to see that you have right angles at your hips, your knees, and your ankles. Okay? Root down into your sit bones and just really feel your spine growing tall and long. And then we'll press down into 3 pressure points of our feet. So press down through the mound under the big toe, the little toe, and the heel. And you might want to lift all 10 of your toes and go ahead and do that so you can really feel where you're rooting down in your feet, and then relax your toes. Okay. Then we'll just hinge forward from the hips, not the waist, just a little bit to take a peek at our toes and to make sure that they are pointing straight forward. And we can come back to our sitting mountain. And just lower the chest, the chin starts out parallel to the floor. And then just lower it a bit and really feel that expansion in the back of your neck as your crown reaches toward the sky. And just breathe here. This is sitting mountain. Okay. And as we sit in sitting mountain or Tadasana, let's practice the belly breath. So begin by just putting your hands lightly on your belly. We'll inhale through the nose and feel the belly expand. Let's go ahead and inhale and press out through the belly. And then as you exhale, bring the belly in as you release the air. Let's take a couple of more breaths. Inhale, expanding the belly. And exhale as you contract in. Let's do one more. Breathe in. And breathe out. Getting that beautiful expansive breath is so important. And that's one way to practice that. Next, let's remember that whenever we're practicing, whether it's an introduction or a class, we always want to honor our bodies and explore to see what our body needs on a given day. And we always do that in chair yoga. So let's begin with some warm-ups. It's very important to warm up the body, to warm up the muscles and joints before we begin practicing. So just extend each leg just a little bit, keeping a bend in the knees. And we'll start by warming up our wrists and our ankles. So we're just going to go ahead and rotate our wrists and ankles. It doesn't matter which direction you're going, nice and slow. And then we'll pause and reverse. Then we'll curl our toes and make a fist. And then splay the toes and the fingers. Do that again, curling and release. One more time. Beautiful. And then we'll bring our heels back to directly underneath our knees. And let's just go ahead and raise our heels off the floor and see where we feel that stretch. Lower and raise the front of the foot. Lower the toes and raise the heel. And just kind of going back and forth slowly, noticing where you're feeling that stretch around the ankle and the foot. And then we'll bring our feet back to the earth and warm up the knee joint. So to warm up the knee joint, you can simply slide your foot back and forth on the floor as you bend the knee as far as feels good in your body and then extending. So you can keep the foot on the floor. If you'd like, you could raise it just enough to clear the floor and warm up that knee joint. And then we'll go to the other side. So even in the introduction class, we want to take time to warm up our body. And just to give you an idea that every class will include that. All right, let's come back to our Tadasana and do a little chair walking to warm up the hips. So we just kind of scooch back a little bit with our feet. That can help us to the back of our chair and scooch forward to the front. So we're getting some movement. Go back again in our hips, just some gentle movement to help wake up the body. Get it ready to move, and then we'll pause there. Next, bring the heels of the hands into your hip creases. Press down into your legs, and your feet are pressing down into the earth. And then you'll lift your heart. This is cow. And then we'll come back to center and let our hands come forward and just sit back, allowing for that spine to extend. We'll inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale, just sitting back, leaning back. Let's do it one more time, breathing in and breathing out. All right, beautiful. Let's go ahead and inhale. Bring our arms up about halfway with our fingertips pointing to the earth. And then on an exhale, fingertips reaching to the sky as we lower our hands down to our sides. Breathing in and breathing out. I love this. I feel like I'm flying in slow motion. This helps warm up our arms and our shoulders too. And then we'll go ahead and relax our arms at our sides and place one hand on the same knee, like right hand on the right knee. Put your left hand on your hip and just do a nice gentle twist looking over to the side. We're not trying to look at the back of the room right now, just a nice gentle twist. And come back to center, and we'll go to the other side. Just gentle, gentle, gentle. And just continuing to breathe. And come back to the front. And each time you do these things, there will be days you will really feel some things and some parts of the body more than others. So it's good to visit all parts of the body during a practice. So let's go ahead and visit our shoulders and just bring our shoulders up to our ears and then release down as if someone was pressing on top of your shoulders. Let's just do that a couple more times. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And then we'll go ahead and just take our gaze to the side and to the front and to the other side and to the front. Let's reach one ear toward the shoulder on that same side. Gently. Come back to center and go to the other side. And back to center. So we typically spend quite a bit of time warming up the body before we're ready to practice. So we'll begin with Tadasana, sitting mountain. So again, looking for those right angles, those 3 pressure points of your feet pressing into the earth. Nice long spine, shoulders relaxed, down and back. Chin tilted just a bit forward so you feel the crown of your head reaching toward the sky. And we'll begin with Proud Warrior or Warrior 2. Maybe you've heard it called that. So I will always give you 3 options. We'll build the foundation of our posture first. So you have 3 options for Proud Warrior. You can just bring this leg out a little bit to the side if it's not good in your body to bring it all the way over to the side. You can have it just be right here. Or if it does work for your body, you can bring it to the side. Both ways are okay. Then for this leg, it can either just stay right where it's at, or you can stretch it out, extend it out a bit, keeping a slight bend in the knee, or you can reach it over to the side, but making sure your foot is flat down on the floor. Okay, so we have 3 different variations there for the lower part of our body. Okay. For our arms, you can simply have the hands resting right where they're at on the legs, or you can bring them up like this. Reminds me of Wonder Woman. Or you can reach them out to the side. Now, whatever your lower body is doing, whatever your arms are doing, let's look out the side. Proud Warrior. Pressing our feet into the earth, engaging the legs. Drawing in the waistband to be tall in our spine. Shoulders relax down and back as arms extend. And we just take some breaths there. Okay. And now we'll come into Angle Warrior. So for Angle Warrior, if your arms are here, maybe you can just bring your forearm to your leg. Okay. Or if your arms are here, you can keep this one here and bring the forearm to the leg. Or you can outstretch this arm above your ear. Your forearm can be on your leg or reaching down. And think about bringing this shoulder back. Depends what feels right on your body. So for example, today this is feeling a little much, so I'm going to come here. Always be kind to our bodies, never forcing. And when we're ready, we can come back up to Proud Warrior. Release our hands down. Let's do the other side. So we'll heel toe both feet back to center. Pause a moment in sitting mountain. And then we'll go to the other side. Now the other side might feel different in some ways. So you may need to adjust to choose the variation that's best for you. So we can keep this leg here, or we can keep it here if it isn't best for our body to open the hip that far. This leg can be here. You can extend it out, or you can reach it out here. Now I'm going to keep mine right here this time. A little different on this side. And again, your arms can be right here. Your Wonder Woman arms are outstretched. And let's take a gaze out over to the side, relaxing our shoulders down and back. Sometimes a tendency to raise them. And just taking a couple of breaths here. And then we can go into our Angle Warrior. So we can bring the forearm to the leg. This arm could be here on the hip. Fingertips could be on the shoulder, or it can reach out over the ear. On this side of my body, this feels fine. We always need to honor what our body needs on a given day. And then we can just gently rise as we lower the arms. Heel toe the feet back to center to revisit Tadasana or sitting mountain. Vrikshasana or tree is a pose you see all over the place. And here are some variations to practice tree in a chair. So for your legs, to begin with, maybe you just gently let this leg relax open just a little bit. And the other leg stays right here. Or maybe you bring it in closer to the inside of your foot to let it open a bit more. Or maybe you cross your ankle over your knee. Try all three and decide what feels best in your body. And then for our arms, it can just be right here. You can have them here or extended. And even though we're sitting, we still find our drishti, or our focal point. We're pressing that supporting leg into the earth. That leg is engaged. And notice the sense of balance. Balance is a sensation. It is not an achievement. When we're ready, we'll bring our arms back to center. You can kind of help that leg down a little bit. And we'll move to the other side. So again, depending on your hip, what feels right, maybe you just relax this knee open just like this. Or you can bring the foot in to touch the other foot, or you can cross the ankle over. So you decide what's best for you. I think on this side, I'll just do this. And then for our arms, this reminds me of a pine tree, or we can bring our hands to heart, or we can have them extended. So you choose what's best for you. We have our focal point, and we just breathe. Shoulders relaxed. That supporting leg is pressing into the earth. And when we're ready, we'll bring our arms in and down. We can bring our legs back and revisit sitting mountain. And then, of course, after our asana practice, we have our closing where it's time to practice Shavasana. And Shavasana is a time when we can relax and allow the work we've done to be absorbed into our body. So in a chair, you might scoot back a little bit and allow yourself just to recline and sit back and relax. You can extend your legs. Maybe you bring your feet together, just allow the knees to fall open. You might have a towel or a blanket that you can hold and put around your neck for support. Or you can simply continue to sit in sitting mountain. It's whatever feels best and most comfortable to you. But during this time, we typically close our eyes if that feels good to us, and just have some quiet time to let it all soak in. We honor our bodies, we explore what they can do, and we honor them to move them with the breath in a way that feels right for us in that moment. And if your eyes are closed, I invite you to open your eyes. Okay. So that's just an introduction to chair yoga. We never left our chair. So some classes use a chair as a prop. Sometimes you're in the chair, sometimes it's used as a prop. But in my chair yoga classes, if it's called chair yoga, we are in the chair the whole time. So if you like the idea of chair yoga and you would like to explore that more, you can email me at youryogawithjanice@gmail.com, or you can check out my Facebook page, Your Yoga with Janice, that's Janis, on Facebook. And those are two ways that you can get in contact with me and to find out what my current offerings are. So thank you for learning a little bit about chair yoga today. Hope you have a wonderful day.